it's Kathy Bernard back again, and I'm working on Madelyn's Cotillion dress. This is the puffing section. I've lost count of what number this is supposed to be. It's either the 4th or the 5th. But so far what we've done is we've put together the bodice, we've added the waistband, we've finished the skirt but not attached it, and we've finished the outer netting lace skirt with machine embroidery. And that's 3 separate pieces. And right now I'm working on the puffing embellishment on the top of the bodice, and I wanted to share a bit with you how I do that. So first, let me get over here in front of the camera. This is my cotton chiffon. As you can see through it. And I'm going to be working with a raw edge. I liked this fun little raw ravelly edge it makes, and I found that the cotton chiffon is very easy to work with. I happen to be working with 2-inch pieces, which is great because it makes even measuring and even tearing, and I'm actually just ripping those strips like that. It's easy as that, and I'm not having any problem with runs or anything in my strips. One thing is, once you do the strip, I hope I've got this in, sorry about that, got this in view, but I'm just taking off the first few ravel threads on each side, and those will come off easy, and you cut them off and then it just stops. It won't do that. And then I iron it to get a nice flat edge, and I'll stitch it on each side with a 3.0 long stitch. I happen to be using 80 weight thread in the top and light blue 60 weight thread in the bobbin. The light blue helps me distinguish which thread to pull to gather the puffing. Since the light blue thread is the same color thread as the silk charmeuse of my dress, it doesn't show. And the 80 weight thread on top is very light and slides easy, making the gathering really easy. And because it's such a fine thread, it doesn't show very much in the stitching of it. So that's the strip. It doesn't have the stitching on both sides yet, but it will. Okay, I'm working on a lace shaping board, and as you can see, I've started working with pinning the puffing at the shoulder. Let me bring this into view a little bit more. And I laid this flat, just like what's going on right here at the bottom of the camera. Let me push this up. Okay, I've laid the bodice out flat, and I've started working with the puffing, just pinning the bottom, then the top, the bottom, then the top. I marked a distance. I'm not sure if that's showing. I marked between, a 1 and 5/8 inch distance here with an air erasable marker from the finished edge to where the stitching line is going to go, and that's where I'm pinning the outer curve edge. And as I go around, I pull the inner curve edge because it's going to be gathered just slightly more than the outer curve edge, and I just kind of work this puffing around, and you just do it inch by inch. Now let me come over here. Now this is where I've pinned all my pins on the outer edge and on the inner edge to get this pretty taut look in the middle. Once I've done that, I need to go back, and maybe I can zoom in here for you to show you the pinning process. Yep. Okay, and right here I've taken the stab pins out and pinned the puffing flat to the fabric so that I can take it to the sewing machine and stitch it out. And I'm going to stitch a tiny zigzag line on each side over the gathered stitching line. Right here I'm going to add another piece of puffing. I'll show you how to do that seam a little bit later, but for now I wanted you to kind of see how we're making progress on the bodice and how that puffing is being done. So it's tedious, it's time consuming, but you can do it, and I'll come back once I've sewn a strip on, and I'll also cover how to join another strip.